Hello, and welcome back to another episode of In the Cutting Room. It's your host, Matthew Catozzi. I'm super excited about this podcast episode because I have been doing a lot of research and looking at brands, kind of trying to find a brand that a new brand that I just want to look for inspiration. And I found it. I was looking for some concepts, some inspiration for a client of mine, and I stumbled upon this brand. I'd not heard about this brand. It's a jewelry brand. It's a women's jewelry brand. So, obviously I'm probably not going to be, in the market for something like this, but I have loved what they are doing. I went through a deep rabbit hole of, we're talking going through their whole ads library, old ads, just looking at what they're doing. This brand is awesome. What I want to do today is I'm going to highlight this brand. I tried to find who's running their ads, who's doing this. This episode might be like a two-part episode, meaning we might do this episode and then this will get me through the door to find somebody who works there, who actually runs their media. I was trying to be on LinkedIn, trying to find it. I couldn't really find who's in charge of the media, who would be helpful to come on and talk. Maybe before this gets published, I find out and they come on, and this could be a second, there could be a tag along interview at the end, but I'm going to break down all the content regardless. The goal in this show is to be breaking down kind of creative decision making and how ads are being made and why they're being made and how do they perform, good or bad. So this is me looking from the outside in. I'm going to kind of talk about why I really like their ads. I'm going to talk about things that we could learn from them. Obviously, we don't know how they're performing. I'm just looking at their ads library. So, they could just be not working at all. But also, I think that regardless, as somebody who breaks down advertisement, there's some really core good principles that you can get from it. You can steal from them or not. Doesn't matter. You're still going to learn a lot in this episode. So without further ado, I thought I'll just share my screen. Now, if you are in the audio listening of this is going to be, that's fine. I'll try to describe what's happening, but the visual is really important here. So jump over to YouTube. I'm not trying to make you be on all these different platforms and all that stuff. I'm just saying if you're going to get a lot out of it, you're going to probably want to do it. But even if you're not, I listen to all my podcasts. I don't watch anything. So you're all good. I'm going to share my screen and just jump right in. So the biggest thing that I want to first kind of talk a little bit about is their media mix. I use Atria just to kind of look at brands, what they're doing. And right now, kind of their media mix is 50-50. They've got a little bit more on the image side than the video side. My kind of thought process on that is that because they're kind of in the fashion niche, you're going to have a lot more catalog ads. And so the catalog ads are going to, make more images than the videos themselves. So that kind of tracks for what they're doing, but still a really good mix. Now, the reason why I love this brand and why I think that they're a brand that we should really look into is because not only their media mix, meaning videos to images, is diverse, right? 50-50, but also the type of content that they have is diverse. And that's what I want to show. I'm going to break down a few of the ads that I've seen that I really, really like and kind of go through each of them. So as we know, we've got jewelry, lots of different jewelry, lots of different SKUs, things like that. So that's kind of that's the premise here. I'm going to start with this first ad here. I'm going to open this up. It's been running since August 31st. So 23 days, pretty good. So I am going to open this up and hit play. Love it. Amazing. Beautiful. Okay, so for the just watching this first shot is incredible. Like the fact that they were able to this is gifting to another level. This is a gifting angle to another level. This is just showing a boy going to his girlfriend, partner, wife, whatever, with the earrings, but it starts with the earrings behind his back. You can see everything's completely in focus, and he walks to her and hands her them. And it's just the perfect opening because you know exactly what the product is, and you get this beautiful story and emotion immediately. It's just perfect. Have you heard of lived in hoops? She's happy, and then the answer is she has. Boom. I mean, that is just such an opening line. Like, it's just so well done where really you got story, you've got a little bit of, you know, really interesting visuals, but then like it still has this performance aspect to it, right? So like beyond that, like, you have like, do you really need a reason to gift to her? And then it says 6 hoop sizes available in gold and silver. And it's like, it still gives like really great, like, in like reasons to buy, right? Even just the actual name of the product, live in hoops, is it just gives you reasons to buy right within the name, which is the fact that you can live in them, like, right, you can do it your whole day, you can dress them up, you can dress them down. It's all within the name of the product. But this is a great example of being able to have storytelling, high quality imagery, but still sell. And that's what I really love is it really, they are starting to build a brand around it. Now, what I will say, a caveat would be, is this the first ad that you launch in your new brand new ad account? Maybe not. But if you are as big as they are, this is definitely building the brand. And that is something that I really, really like. It really speaks and hits on emotion of gifting and being the receiver. Most likely, a guy is not going to be the one that's going to see this ad, but the girl is going to see this ad and they're going to want that experience of being gifted this. And so they're really hacking into the emotions of the viewer. Yes, this is a gifting angle. Yes, it's talking about her. And like, technically speaking, like a guy should be the one that's buying this for the girl. But doesn't matter because this is still, you're kind of being invited into this world, and it's just a beautiful thing. Now, you go over to the other side and you got this other shorter video, and I'm going to show you this video right now. And this is a really fun, I'll start from the beginning. Meet the poppy choker, layer with anything, wearable every day. Okay, so I'm just going to play this one more time. You can just see, like, they show you immediately, or they tell you immediately what the product is. And then they have some really like quick cuts, very simple, but it really has one core thing, which is layer with anything. That's their core selling like proposition for this ad. So really interesting hook to start. Layer with anything, wearable every day. So them saying wearable every day is also kind of like, it's for them as a brand. Their jewelry is that, like that, but it's got this nice like styling video. And what I love is that it doesn't feel like you're like, do you have issues with your jewelry? Well, then come on and buy this, right? It's just very like, it is fashion. You see it, you like it, you want to buy it. And they do a really, really good job here of showing it up close to start. And then going more wide shots. And I think, especially with a smaller product like a necklace or like an earring or something like that, you want to see it right away. We want to see what it looks like, the texture, what it's made out of. And then from there, you can see later on, her full outfit, and you're, being sold like, hey, this can fit for, any of your styles, which I really like. If you see, they've got some other simple stuff, right? So some simple imagery, things like that. What I want to, highlight next is this ad here. So both of these ads were shot really well, right? So this first ad that I shown you was, definitely more nostalgic. That's some really beautiful, like, color grading that they've done. The second ad is shot on a nice camera. That is not an iPhone. And like, they've done a very good job of just like making that feel a little bit more organic, but it is like on the nicer, like more pretty side. It's not like a UGC ad. But they have this other ad that is running, and it is more of a UGC creator ad here. So I'm going to open this up and we can watch it.
Go to the gym. I'm constantly wearing my lived-in hoops. Go to the gym. I'm constantly wearing my lived-in hoops. Literally lived in, shower in, work out in, train in, momming in, and they make me feel beautiful even when I'm not dressing up. I don't know what products I don't have.
Love it. So this is just like a very simple, like, UGC person talking to camera, customer review, and very quickly into it, she just gets like a lot of the things that she like, why she likes the product, but also you get a like really her life. And what I like about that is that you're really self-selecting very quickly into, oh, I resonate with this as a, as a viewer or not. And you're like, oh, I'm a mom, I'm doing a lot of stuff too. And you connect with that, and you're seeing, oh, okay, like I want to, wear the same jewelry as this woman. Why I also pointed this out, like, is that like the craziest, most best, like, UGC video? No, not. It just feels very organic, actually. But what is awesome is the contrast of this, right? So you've got some nicer videos that I've already highlighted, and then you've got this. This is a very low quality video. It does the job for what it is. And this goes back to this whole idea of, you have creative diversity. It's not just videos and photos. It is, the diversity of visuals within it. Also within jewelry, the fact that like this is like any sort of jewelry, like, yeah, you need great brand imagery, but the fact that they're not afraid to also have more kind of UGC or just like kind of more lo-fi ads on top of their hi-fi ads, the ones that are kind of really storytelling, brand story, that is the perfect combination. And that's why I really love what they're doing here, because of this fact of like that they're playing with a lot of different styles within their ad account. And that is awesome. I'm going to also show you this ad here. It's like a green screen ad, but it's like a full body green screen ad. So I don't know if they shot this on a nicer camera and on like a green screen and did this, or if they rotoscoped this out in another way. I'm not really sure, but regardless, that doesn't really matter how they did it. It's still an interesting look. So here we go. Change your scenery, not your hoops. Okay, so basically, for people that can't see this, you've got this girl. Her background is like I don't know, in the city, and she's like drinking a water bottle and kind of scooping her ear to kind of show off the earrings. And then the background changes based on what she's doing. So then she's like hiking. And so like she changes her outfits, but instead of her shooting in all these different locations, it's basically she just changed her outfit, and then they changed the background of the video. So I'll play it really quick one more time. Okay, most likely, just based on this, I really do feel like they shot this like not on an iPhone, but I could be wrong, but that doesn't really matter. First things first, the water bottle. The water bottle in some ways kind of does your self-selecting, because like a girl that would drink from a tumbler like this might be the same type of person who buys this jewelry. That could be a stretch, I don't know, but I am down for all of the small details and matching them up with your customer. So if it was intentional, genius. If it wasn't intentional, doesn't matter, still genius nonetheless. It could be me as a marketer just like overthinking things, maybe, but regardless, very cool. And I think it does work. What I like about this is like it's still, they didn't go out into this big shoot, but it's still, the message is still very clear, which is you can be anywhere in the world doing anything you want and all the different activities that you might do as a person, but these earrings are great. And I think it's great. I think this is a good way of doing it. I think that I can't obviously speak for them, but when you have an idea for an ad and you can be creative in how you do it, then the barrier to entry to make that ad, to like prove out if that ad works, is like a really great way. And so what I mean by that is, instead of them thinking, oh, we got to go plan out this shoot and shoot in all these different places, why don't we just shoot on this green screen, or just like in our, whatever, use an app to like cut our background out and put in a new background, change up the outfits every few shots, and all of a sudden you've got a full video with different outfits, different settings, and it wasn't like nearly as hard as shooting that completely. If this then works, that gives you more confidence to go do a bigger shoot in different locations or whatever. So I'm not saying that that's what they were trying to do, but I think that that is something that you could take from something like this style, which is what's the like lower budget way of doing something, prove it out, and then that gives you more confidence to see if you can actually go and do something like more bigger budget, because that might work for your customer or not. But again, I just like showed you two hi-fi examples, and now I'm showing you two lo-fi examples, and that's because they as a brand are okay with playing with those things. We've got like quite a bit of like carousels and simple images and things like that, which I really like. I'm gonna just like show you a few more ads. Like some of these are like nicer ads. So you've got something like this. So this is shot really beautifully, but it does the job, right? Which is, hey, live in hoops for the win. All right, that's their opening line, and it's a girl putting on the hoops, and then it's going to go through every single day. Every day has a different look. Her hair changes, and it's just like very, very simple to kind of show you, hey, these are the earrings that you're going to wear every single day. Again, it's a very simple call to action, or not call to action, but like selling proposition. And they just hit on it every single ad, and they do it in so many different ways, right? They're not saying very different things. They're just showing it in different ways. And they're not afraid of going hi-fi, lo-fi. And this is another hi-fi example. Is it super hi-fi? Not really, but like it is hi-fi. And it's just like, just really well done. And again, really beautiful shots that are interesting, makes people want to like watch more, but also like you can see the earrings. Like that's another key thing is like when it comes to like jewelry and all this stuff, it's like you want to see them, right? Like if you're super far away, it's hard to kind of see them. So a lot of these are close-up shots, which I really, really like. Okay. Here's another ad. I saved this one. I'll show you this. Okay, again, hi-fi, but I think it's great. The opening is the most comfortable earring yet. Shows it. Show. So what's important is that they're showing the back of the earring, because they want to show you why it's not super tight on your ears and you can wear it. So they're kind of showing off the product development or how the product was made and why it's going to work for you, and how, because usually those earrings can, like, the backings can go really, really tight and can really hurt. So these are showing, hey, this doesn't, like, squeeze your earlobe off. But just, again, really well done. The copy is what's key. The most comfortable earring yet. If you are thinking, yeah, my earrings are always irritating me, they're always tight, all of a sudden that just, boom, hits. It resonates so quickly. And I think that people like it, like, this is just so simple, right? And so I think thinking about your copy at the very beginning is everything. And they've done a really great job of playing with copy that's very easy to understand, but it's not like your, basic UGC copy that you're seeing a lot in ads. This is just really well done. It's branded, really beautiful shots. They really show off the product in a great way. It feels high end, which will match the price point, but also it's not just pretty just to be pretty. There are very great advertising principles in each of these ads. Even if this ad is only 8 seconds, it does the job. And once you see it, you're like, okay, yeah, I want to check that out. And the goal for a lot of these jewelry ads should be that is, oh, shoot, I want to check that out. Like, let me see, right? And I want to know more. And they do a great job of that. Okay, I'm going to scroll down a little bit, save this ad as well. There might be a few more that I've saved. I'm not sure. There's a lot of repeats on this, so that's okay. Oh, there's this one. This one's cool because I feel like it's just a really interesting video, and it really goes and shows the behind the scenes of them producing and making the package without it being like a basic, like, come pack with me. So I'll show it to you. We've played with this concept a few times for a few different brands for us because I love this video. I need to go open it. All right, let's go back to the beginning. Here we go. All right, it's going to start with ordering and it'll go from there. Great. So basically, it's just like you see somebody ordering things and then you see it getting packaged up in a really interesting way. It gets sent, and then all of a sudden you see the person opening it. And I think they're like FaceTiming their boyfriend, being like, oh my gosh, I love this so much. And the text says, your heart, our studio, their hands. And this is just, again, a really great thing where it's like, are the boyfriends or husbands or partners, are they gonna see this ad? No, they're not. But the girlfriend, the wife, the partner, they're gonna see this ad. They're gonna say, oh man, like, I want to feel that feeling, I want to be gifted this. So they tell their partners, their husbands, their loved one, hey, this is like, look at this, like, da, 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 da. And then that's where the purchase comes. Maybe the guy buys, maybe the girl buys. And even if the girl buys for herself, she just wants to feel that feeling of like opening it and loving it. And that's what I love, is that they've done a really great job of being able to tell stories. Now, this story is not high end. Now, I think that there's some interesting shots here of how they did it all, but like, it's not a hi-fi video, right? It's not this like really beautiful, slow kind of, emotional video like the first one. So they still tell a story. They still play and hit certain emotions, but they're not doing it in a way that is hi-fi, if you will. They've got this one here, which is more of like a UGC video here for their ones. And I'll open this up. New live-in studs incoming. And here we go. 2 girls putting them on. Lobe friendly. Workout approved. Shop live-in studs. Great. And so, like, it's just 2 girls about to go work out, and it's really just kind of showing like, hey, like, if you are active, if you're doing a lot of different things, then these are the earrings for you. And so I think that, this, again, just does a great job of identifying your ideal customer from the people that they use. They kind of speak to a problem without even speaking to it. And then they, show off their product in use, which I love. Again, lots more like great catalog ads, great shots. Going a little bit further here. Okay, here we go. This is another one. This is, again, another hi-fi one. And I think that this is a really great one to look at. So it starts with, you're going to see person with jewelry on hand. That's their jewelry. And then the person's going to throw up their graduation hat. And milestone. Memory. Everything in between. All right, so they are obviously showing off this birthstone rings, and you could do different birthstones for different reasons, right? For certain milestones, for birthdays, for your loved ones, and they basically show all of these different like settings or reasons why you would buy this product and play again with emotion and story in such a beautiful way. This is well done. So it's shot really well. They show the product in all of the shots and in a way that is dynamic and still really interesting. And this kind of like the way that they're shooting this content and having like really beautiful close-ups and playing with sunlight and being outside and like just really well done, right? Like to me, I'm like, this is where like iPhone like just wouldn't be able to do this. And like this is really, again, like they still are selling the product. I do agree that a lot of times when people shoot with nice cameras, they are not thinking about selling the product. But in this case, they are. And this is where like there's like this perfect balance of beauty and building a brand image while also still selling the product. And they're just absolutely killing it here. And I love this ad. I really do want to know if it's working well or not. But like, again, I just think that they've done a really great job. It has been running for 100 days. So I would say pretty good. And yeah, they just have like a lot of other interesting ads. And I think like this is just such a great brand to be looking at. They've done a great job of playing with story, playing with gifting and milestones and emotions and story. And like, this is just really, really well done. And I think they have great imagery. They're not afraid of taking risks. They're not afraid of being hi-fi and lo-fi. And I really want to say like for a lot of like jewelry brands and fashion brands, they tend to be more protective of like, oh, we have to have these campaign imagery and, we can't, do lo-fi content, especially for brands that are, not like problem solution brands, like a brands like True Classic. That's a problem solution brand, right? Like that's, oh, these shirts didn't work for us guys, so we made different shirts, right? So like there are fashion brands that are not really like fashion brands. They're more like we design something based out of some sort of performance. But for a jewelry brand like this, where it's just vibes and making people want something, they've done a great job of not being afraid of doing lo-fi content. A lot of these types of brands will say, no, we can't do this. It doesn't, it's not quote unquote on brand, this, that, or whatever. And for them, what they've done well, and I think for everybody, and what we can take from this is being on brand doesn't always necessarily need to be like a certain image type. It needs to be message. It has to be on brand. So like how we are talking about your product, yes, needs to be on brand. You need to be always selling. And you got to find every way in your like ability, like in all the, you got to try everything to sell your product, because at the end of the day, you don't have a brand if you're not making money, right? And so they're not afraid of testing things and trying things and getting good visual diversity in order to sell their product. That allows them to have the nicer things. That allows them to play with story and do great imagery and just do interesting things for them as a brand, because they have that diversity. They're putting in the work, they're taking risks, and I really respect it. I think this is a great brand to look at for any brand, right? Like, they are like, yeah, you may not be fashion. Yes, you may not be certain things. Maybe you don't need to do as much storytelling and emotion, and there's lots of differences, sure. But when you just think about like, what is this brand, and looking at their ad account, they have the great fundamentals that I think every ad account needs. They have a great diversity between images and videos. Within their images, within their videos, they have really great diversity, hi-fi and lo-fi. They're playing with a lot of different concepts. They're trying different things. They're using customer POVs, brand POVs, story POVs. They're doing it all. And this is exactly what every brand needs to be going after. They're not protective of a look or feel. They're willing to try things out. And I really respect that. I love that they shoot with high-end cameras as well as lo-fi cameras, right? Like, I love that they're playing with that and trying to figure out, well, what can we do with our iPhone that we can't do with our camera? And what can we do with our camera that we can't do with our iPhone? And I think a lot of times when people think too black and white, they throw things out, right? They're saying, "Oh no, like I don't want to do this because hi-fi stuff just doesn't work." And it's like, well, they're kind of killing it with hi-fi stuff, right? Like these ads are running for a really long time, and obviously, like, we don't have the exact data, but like, they are still not just like making pretty things; they're selling while doing pretty things. And I think that that's really, really cool. So this brand is awesome. It's a brand I'm looking a lot at right now. I think they've done a phenomenal job of just the diversity, and I think we all need to be pushing for it. I'm curious what brands you guys are looking at recently that are not kind of, your classic D2C Twitter peeps. I want to see new brands. I want to be looking and finding new inspiration from so many different places. All those ads that I've just talked about or shown, I've tried and like to play off of with some of our content, like just some of those interesting, like just thinking about like, oh, what story could we tell? Let's do a story based ad. What is like a more kind of gifting ad that's not like gifting, like you should get this for your husband sort of thing, but more so just like kind of, how do we show off the emotion of giving in a slow way, the way that they've done it? So we've been playing with inspiration visually, just copy wise from them. And I think I want to find more brands that are doing interesting things. So if you have them, let me know. This is the end of the episode. I appreciate everybody listening, watching. If you've made it to this far, let me know, because like I think that's like amazing. It's awesome. So I appreciate it. I love doing this. I love breaking down content. Hopefully we can get them on. If not, then that's it. All right. Bye-bye. Peace.